Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 here. We're going to be going into FRAER versus Kas, game 2, with FRAER taking a pretty convincing victory in game number 1 here. Let's see if Kas can claw his way back. The map's going to be Ohana, so let's get into the game. Spawning down here in the bottom right-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, representing Team Empire. He's currently down 0-1. Can his solid macro style possibly bring him back to level pegging after the conclusion of game 2? We'll find out, guys. His name is Kas. His opponent spawning is the green Protoss in the top left-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, winning game number 1 pretty convincingly after holding off that early aggression. What will happen here in game 2? Will his scouting prove just as useful right here? It is, of course, roxkisFRAER. And it looks like they're chatting away at the moment, but unfortunately I cannot understand a word they're saying. So we're going to have to find a way of basically, well, I guess we're just going to kill some time until something has happened. Or maybe someone would give us a little bit of a translation here. It looks like these guys, of course, are friends. They play in a lot of tournaments together. And conveniently, a lot of the players in Europe actually see each other at a lot of events. And, of course, play against each other online, so know each other and have a chat a lot. And it looks like the little chit-chat is over. Have fun, good game, good luck. Coming out from Kas there. Will we have a little bit of micro with the supply depot to delay the scouting just a bit? Yeah, why not? And the probe is going to harass the SCV that's there. But a second one is going to promptly come out. So he's going to hang on, trying to kill that SCV. He shouldn't really be able to, and oh, he's one hit from death and blocks the SCV from building the barracks. We might need to send a third one out, actually. Yep, there we go, to try and kill off. Oh, very nice. The SCV stops building the barracks for a moment to kill off the probe. So there's a little bit of a delay on the racks, but the probe does get killed off there. So unfortunate for FRAER there. And that's going to feel pretty much like a win for Kas. Not building the barracks for 1 or 2 seconds isn't exactly the biggest deal. He'll be able to get his orbital up more or less at the same time anyway. So things are looking okay. In the meantime, the first Zealot now being chrono boosted out from FRAER. He has it rallied to his opponent's base, so he's just going to be scouting what's going on, trying to pick off maybe a stray Marine or two that may be out on the map alone at the moment. So Kas needs to be wary to avoid those and run away if possible. Meanwhile, we have the factory now going down, of course, after that gas was taken for Kas, but it's going down in a very interesting location indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Kas is not playing his macro style here in this series so far. We're actually going to be seeing a little bit of a proxy. I wonder if he's trying to fool FRAER into thinking that he's going for a 1-Rax expand. And, oh, it looks like we have a little bit of StarCraft Master going on here, guys. 3 Marines, 1 Zealot, lots of fun. But unfortunately, FRAER is saying, you know what, I don't actually want to play that game, and promptly moves backwards. Now, if Kas puts a bunker up here, for instance, that could be quite telling. He might not want FRAER to come in and know that he hasn't expanded, for instance. And that bunker, of course, would be relatively indicative of an expand, should he have taken one. Because we have another proxy starport as well coming up. And look at this, we have Hellions coming in too. So we're gonna... oh, the Marines are gonna kite back. And FRAER is gonna see that there is no command center on the low ground if he comes in any longer. One of the Marines goes down. But, actually, Kas, with excellent micro there, holds at the ramp. The Zealot goes down, and the Stalker's going to get chased away as well. We even have a Hellion out on the map. Oh, might actually be able to kill off this Stalker. Not too many hit points there. 22 and counting. Now 15. And yes, it looks like he is actually going to go down. 1 hit point, and a Hellion, ladies and gentlemen, has just killed a Stalker. In the meantime, it looks like we've got proxy Banshees coming in here from Kas. What is going on inside the main base of FRAER? We're going up to 3 gateways, and we have taken our natural expansion nexus. We've got 4 Marines and a Hellion popping out here, though, and they're going to try and do as much damage as possible. Great pick up there by the Stalker, trying maybe to pick off a weak Marine as well, if it's at all possible. Only the single gateway coming up as well, though. And not feeling the need to put down a fourth gateway this game, he's going for the robotics facility as well, trying to hold off this early pressure. Kas not playing to what we would normally expect him to play to, and he's going to be supply blocked for another 15 seconds as well, while his command center finishes up, because he doesn't have a supply depot in production right now. He's trying to transition back into a normal game. We have 3 barracks going, but the first one has a reactor on it, and oh dear, losing a couple of units out in the middle. This is not going to be good news for him. And once again, the single Hellion decides to arrive to try and mop up the Stalkers. Wow, actually managing to do quite a good job there. Hellions destroy Stalkers, guys. Newsflash. But we have got a Banshee rallied in to the base, though. Let's see how effective that is. The robotics facility is already done, though. No cloak has been researched, so the Banshee's just going to try and be as annoying as possible. And a Stalker here just going to be scouting for proxies just in case those Hellions came from somewhere else, because he saw that they came from an angle, and indeed this Stalker is going to spot that. Ooh, or is it? Wow, okay, we actually have the starport moving away now as this Banshee trying to get a couple of kills, managing to get a total of 4, but it's being chased down by Stalkers at the moment. It should just about live. And this Stalker has spotted the proxy as well. So FRAER now knows that Kas has not been going for a normal game at all. He's actually been trying to do a little bit of proxy tomfoolery, and sadly that has not worked out too well for him at all. The current worker supply is 31 to 30 in FRAER's favor. He's been mining from his natural expansion just a little bit more, and he can afford to grab a couple of probes out as well. His tech is just a little bit better. He's also going for a warp prism as well, so he's up to 3 gateways and a warp prism. Let's see if he chooses to add any additional unit producing structures in the near future. Concussive shell and stim being simultaneously researched here from Kas. So we could be seeing a combat shield follow-up to that. Of course, having to wait for the gas for it. He's taking his 3rd gas now at his natural, and the starport is actually back home, albeit burning. That's going to get promptly repaired by an SCV. The factory's staying there, though, because he doesn't intend on building any more factory units. He just wants to maybe use that for scouting later on in the game, and he's going to be going, of course, heavy bio against his Protoss composition. We have a decent number of Stalkers out on the map here, near the natural expansion ramp of Kas. So Kas is going to have to be a little bit careful, but he's actually moving down, trying to pick them off, because Concussive Shell is finished. Nice pick off there on one of the Stalkers, and he moves back upstairs. We also have a medevac popping out. That's going to be very important. Want to get a couple of those out for when stim finishes, because otherwise you risk overstimming, and accidental death by self-administration is definitely not something high on anyone's to-do list. He's got a very early double engineering bay, because he can't actually afford either upgrade at the moment, but I'm sure he'll be getting those started a little bit soon. Obviously his build is very unusual, not something you practice absolutely all the time, and FRAER also has a lovely placed observer inside Kas's base and desperately trying not to move it. We have got a Warp Prism attack though, and oh my god, they're gonna get stim! Are they gonna get stim? The SCVs are repairing, and stim is saved! Excellent micro coming out of there from Kas, preventing that tech lab from going down. That tech lab was the juiciest target in the universe, and FRAER unfortunately denied from taking it out. Really well played there from EmpireKas. In the meantime, though, let's not neglect the tech that's been going on in the Protoss space while the Terran's been otherwise occupied. We have extended thermal lance about a third of the way complete right now, and Colossi going to be hitting the field very soon indeed. FRAER also is floating a decent amount of minerals. I wonder if he's going to be thinking about taking his 3rd at some point soon, although there is a Hellion there to check for that timing. Kas now moving it across the map. The supplies are currently 94 to 90. Kas supply blocked, but only momentarily. He's got one in progress. And the worker supply is 50 to 46 in favor of FRAER. Let's keep an eye as well over here and see what's going on. It looks like we had a little bit of a warp in from the warp prism there, but it does promptly get cleaned up by some Marauders and Marines. Number of workers killed this game, 4 to 5. Nothing massive so far as this probe tries to populate the map with a couple of pylons, but decent force fields. Really good surface area by the Zealots on this little attack. Stalkers on the high ground should be able to do a lot of damage, but the Colossus has been taken out of the equation as far as this battle is concerned. The Stalkers reinforcing, though, are going to be a bit too much, and Kas needs to be careful not to lose those medevacs as well. I like that he's splitting those up from the Marines. Sacking a few Marines to ensure the medevacs survive is completely fine here. You do not want to lose that healing capacity. Now we have a small band of units here that might actually be able to pick off a Stalker if he's careful with Concussive Shell, but it looks like he's not interested in that so far. Picking off, though, the reinforcements warping in from the pylon is indeed a good thing. Picking off the pylon itself as well. And FRAER has managed to, well, the supplies are still equal, 93 to 91. And we also know from Kas's point of view that Colossi are indeed incoming. So note that there's no add-on on this starport at the moment, so medevac production is a little bit slow right now for Kas. No reactors on any of the racks as well. He's going predominantly tech labs, which means if he's looking to produce Marines, he's not producing them quite as fast as he normally would like, and might need a couple more production structures. Oh, pardon me, there is the one at the entrance here. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that as well. We have a pylon going down at the third base location, and a Zealot. Oh, this could be a very, very long StarCraft Master battle right here. The Hellion actually going to very slowly take out the Zealot in what must be a battle of patience more than anything else. There go all the shields. And elsewhere in the base, we can see a couple more gateways being added in. Twilight Council finishing off right now as well. And the Destructive Rocks between the Natural Expansion and the third base getting taken down. And oh my goodness, this Hellion's actually a little bit of a hero right now. Kas doing such a good job of microing this. Oh, that came so close to dying, but he successfully beats the Zealot. Well done, Mortal Kombat. You are the victor. And he did that all on 10 hit points as well. It's like in a fighting game where someone's down to a sliver of life, and then you execute some amazing combo that takes down the other guy that's at full health. That's basically what that Hellion just did, but in incredibly slow motion. And here we go, we have a reactor finally on the medevac. We're going to start producing a double Vikings as well. We can see the rocks have been cleared for both players at this point. So let's take a quick look at the workers and armies. 59 to 57 workers as it currently stands. We've got 20 Marauders, very, very Marauder heavy, 19 Marines, 4 medevacs, which is okay, I guess, and a random hero Hellion, which is going to be going up against 10 Stalkers, 9 Zealots, and 2 Colossi with a Sentry for moral support. Third base now, just about up and mining for FRAER. And we also have the third base floating over for Kas as well. So he's going to want to possibly defend this for a little while. I don't see him pushing out in, say, the next 30 seconds or so. He wants to consolidate, make sure there aren't any sneaky pylons here, or any sort of timing that FRAER is about to execute against him. And then he will be fine. In the meantime, though, we have a triple Colossi here, a bunch of units, including some Stalkers, which might be here to defend a drop that's incoming, although there isn't a red dot on the minimap just yet, just being very, very careful. And Hero Hellion is sort of enjoying his retirement over here in the right-hand side of the map. Gravitic Drive and a Warp Prism, though, is going to be on the way for FRAER, and he's also researching Psionic Storm at his Templar Archives. And over here in the southern portion, we have Kas moving up across the map now. He's got 2-1 upgrades on his bio, and he's taken the offensive watchtower here. Let's see what he can do with it. A Zealot just going to be popping by. Oh no! Is Hero Hellion going to go down here? Yes, I know a major engagement's about to start, and never mind. He was on his last day before retirement. But we have a massive engagement going on here, immediately evacuating the third base because he knows that Kas will be able to take the third if he wants. A couple of Stalkers going down there, but the Colossi crucially remaining unharmed for now. Picking off a couple of units in the back, which is nice. A medevac, always a useful thing to take down. And now let's see if he's going to commit to this engagement. There are only 3 Vikings and 3 Colossi, though, so the Colossi might be able to do a decent amount of damage, but don't forget as well that this army is very, very Marauder heavy. So, are we going to turn around with the Vikings? No, it looks like Kas is perfectly happy with destroying the third base, and he's now going to be moving out, which is good because there are a couple of Templar with Storm about to pop out as well. So if Kas had got in range of those, that could have been disastrous, or with a lot of micros should be okay. I mean, Marauders do tank Storms a lot better than Marines do. But he's got some Ghosts now out as well. So the next engagement, we're actually going to see EMPs and Storms all over the shop as the players vie for dominance in the micro department. In the meantime, we have another command center going up inside the main base for Kas. We also have more production structures, which I like. Don't forget, not too many reactors earlier, so building some more barracks is always, always useful. He's up to 182 supply versus the 152 of FRAER. FRAER still ahead by 5 workers. Ooh, that's a nice scan. He might be feeling confident about that. Excellent EMP by those Ghosts. Really good start of the engagement. And FRAER's actually going into this. I am very surprised. Given those EMPs, I think Kas is going to walk through this army. And indeed he is. Mistake by FRAER there. And Kas wins game number 2 and ties the series up 1-1.